So my overall vision for a thriving Calgary is, first of all, as probably first day in office, my focus would be on reviving and resurrecting the economy. People need to get back to work. There's 370,000 Calgarians that live on or below the poverty level. So that means supporting and creating a business-friendly environment in order that businesses can create jobs. And that means lowering taxes because ratios are not working for businesses right now. 60% of businesses have had to close. The pandemic has sort of, exaggerated that number. And but what really, it's not really all about the business, Laura. We have to also watch out. We have the obligation to look out for the vulnerable, the seniors, eradicate homelessness and poverty reduction. As I mentioned, biggest topics right now is poverty reduction um, and efforts to eradicate homelessness. Now, it's not reinventing the wheel. There's lots of cities, places around the world that have accomplished this, and it's just about taking action. Okay, we can talk about solutions all day long, but we need to take action, and we need to find solutions that provide positive results. So my position on private-public partnerships is, for me, when I'm in office, is to actually look at the whole picture of how the structure is working currently and what would effectively be the most successful. But for me, I believe that the city should focus on governing and that businesses run businesses. So we really have to just focus on, what's beneficial and what will help, what programs would be most beneficial to Calgarians. Yes, it is crucial that we do have a better and more efficient and effective transportation system, which will help the elderly get around, that will also help the youth, get to their destinations safely. And, we do need more lines. We need an airport line for sure. Um, the Green Line, 20 kilometers, 5.5 billion. Seems a little heavy. And so I think Calgarians just need transparency and accountability where this money is going. Because, 5.5 billion, 6 years to complete, might go higher. I mean, there's places in other parts of the world, like Las Vegas, they're building a bullet train from Las Vegas to LA, and no public money. It's 270 kilometers through a mountain, 3 years at 5.5 billion. So, and they're thinking 3 years is too long. They want to probably do it in a year. And it's all private money. It's called the Bright Line. So, we can be a little more sort of efficient with the public money, or if it's even required. But it can be done. It can be done with no public money. You know, do I support the change in campaign financing laws? I think what needs to happen is campaign financing that's fair for everyone. So let's say we made it a flat number for everybody, that everybody can only spend a maximum of $10,000. That's it. I think that's actually the most fair, because what happens in elections is the person with the most funding will typically, lead, and might not necessarily win, but they're going to be able to get the most exposure. They've got more money to use, so it ends up being sort of an unfair advantage. So I think it's fair if we're all just allocated $10,000, and that's the max, whatever number it is, and that's the max number that you can spend. Does my campaign have a commitment to donation transparency? Absolutely. That is actually the election rules. You have to disclose your donors. So, and if you look on my website of supporters, it's all there, okay, who my supporters are. But absolutely, we have to disclose the donors. What is my plans to address homelessness in Calgary and affordable housing? So for me, sure, we can have all the affordable housing that we want, but if people don't have jobs, they still can't afford affordable housing. Now, there are many solutions that we can have, to work with builders, developers, to have affordable housing. I did meet with the drop-in center and discuss, shelters and homelessness. And, the goal is always to eradicate homelessness, okay? And Medicine Hat has really publicized that they've been able to eradicate homelessness, and they've got this solid plan in place in a program that they've been able to do that. And so, the goal is to eradicate homelessness and not to have bigger shelters. And I think that also means engaging the homeless. Has anyone engaged the homeless and asked them, what their needs are or what the solutions can be? So for me, it's about engagement. I have talked to many people that work with the homeless, and and for them, being in shelters is not safe. I mean, they fear for their safety in shelters, and they're actually very comfortable in their box. And so what it is to first get the medical attention, okay? There's mental health issues involved at times, but it's first to get the medical attention and then go through a transition process so that they are comfortable, then transitioning into a shelter, into then affordable housing, and then transition into being able to, get jobs. There's homeless they're doctors and lawyers, and they choose to be homeless. So it's understanding and engaging and understanding what the real solutions will be that will obtain and achieve positive results. So what are my priorities to work with the provincial and federal government with the funding? So first and foremost, my ability to effectively negotiate. You need strong negotiation skills to negotiate with the provincial and federal government to advocate for what we need in Calgary. So for me, that's crucial, okay? And my ability to, reach consensus. So this is what you need to do to work with the provincial and federal government, is to have that relationship and negotiate and reach consensus. I think voters should know that, for me, as mayor, it's my job to look out for the best interest of Calgarians. And that means proper engagement in the various communities and various cultural areas and on the social economic issues. And right now, the priorities are, my values of transparency, accountability, my abilities to reach consensus, my strong negotiation skills. It is really, what will help Calgary become a world-class city again. And I believe, I grew up here in Calgary. It's a city I love. I know we can be a world-class city, best city to live, work, learn, and play. But that means also, making sure the vulnerable are taken care of, that the youth are engaged, and we have to be aware of climate change and environmental issues, and how we can support businesses, big and small, reducing taxes, supporting arts and entertainment, and making sure that, this arena that we're building or event center, but we need something that's iconic, monumental, that Calgarians can be proud of. And it can symbolize the strength and unity of Calgary. And it's important that we all come together and mobilize all the different sectors of Calgary in order to achieve success. And I stand with you, for you, to make Calgary the best place to live, work, learn, and play.